KTV Originals.
আর কয়েক ঘন্টার অপেক্ষা, কয়েক ঘন্টা পরেই ইউরো ফাইনাল, এবং ইউরো ফাইনালে একদিকে স্পেন, অপরদিকে ইংল্যান্ড। কি ভাবছে গোটা দেশ সেটা তো আমরা দেখতেই পাচ্ছি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়ায় এই ইউরো ফাইনাল নিয়ে। তবে আমরা স্পেশালি যোগাযোগ করেছিলাম লন্ডন থেকে শতাব্দীর অন্যতম সেরা ফুটবল রেফারি কিথ হ্যাকেটের সঙ্গে। তার কি পর্যবেক্ষণ এই ইউরো ফাইনাল নিয়ে শুনবো।
This is an extreme honor and pleasure to have this special guest with me. He is none other than Keith Hackett, one of the all-time great referees. Sir, welcome to my show and welcome to Kolkata TV.
Delighted to be on your show.
Same here. Sir, England will take on Spain in Euro final. What are your early thoughts ahead of this match?
I think this is going to be a very tough game for England. Spain have showed a great deal of skill, speed and pace. They have some wonderful, skillful players. So I think this is a big task for England. I think England go in as the underdogs in this particular contest, but they will give their whole. They've been improving every game that they've played in the tournament so far, and we're beginning to see signs of confidence. And you know, we have got some excellent players. It's just got to come together as it did last night in the semi-final.
Absolutely. Lamine Yamal, 16-year-old guy, and he's absolutely brilliant in this Euro. What's your take on regarding Lamine Yamal from Spain?
Well, if I'm going to pay him the biggest compliment that I can pay him, you know, I look back at old films of Pelé playing for Brazil at such a young age. This guy from Spain is younger than Pelé. His skill sets are wonderful. His confidence, the goal that he scored in the semi-final was for me still the goal of the tournament. It was simply outstanding. But you know, we've got in Phil Foden an equal talent. I think at the moment he's probably, because of the tactics employed by the England manager, he's probably constrained in what he can do. He likes a fairly free role, but again, he's another player, young player that has wonderful skill sets, and you know, he's been managed very effectively at Manchester City with Pep Guardiola, and there's no doubts that he has improved the talent of Foden in recent years.
Absolutely. Apart from Lamine Yamal, what's the X factor in this Spanish side according to you?
Well, I think it's just the quality of skill and the pace at which they play. We've seen some wonderful tactics. We've seen the pace in the game that perhaps other teams at this tournament have not shown consistently over a longer period during the game. And I think that, in fairness to the manager, I think he just brings his team to the table in terms of positivity. He wants an attacking style of football, and I think this has helped them. Our manager Gareth Southgate. He tends to be conservative in his approach in tournaments, but he's proven to be very successful. You know, if we look at the semi-final, I have to say I think we were very fortunate to be awarded a penalty kick. I think the referee in a very good position made a no penalty kick decision, and for me, I think VAR should not have intervened. It wasn't a clear and obvious error. And I think when referees are going to the monitor to review an incident, instead of at times saying, I've made the decision, I'm happy with what I've seen, they're tending to go with the VAR, which I think is
So,
not always going to give the correct outcome. So we were lucky to get the penalty kick.
overall, the refereeing system, the performances of referees in this Euro, how do you evaluate?
I think the quality of refereeing's been very good. Many years ago, I was the author, along with two other former referees, of the referee convention in UEFA. It laid down a foundation of training, selection, management, and support mechanisms through sports science. And we've seen all 54 nations of Europe be able to adopt that as a policy, and that has been beneficial to referee. The referee for the final, the French referee, L'Exeter, who's been selected, I watched him officiate one earlier round game. He was outstanding. He was fit, mobile, took up some wonderful decisions and got those viewing angles that a referee must have in order to make accurate decisions. And I think he's got within him a style of management that's non-confrontational, and also I think through his youth a little bit of risk-taking. And by that I mean, if there is a foul that takes place and he can apply an advantage, he will apply it, and therefore I think we get good game flow and good entertainment. So I'm hoping that with this big game for him, probably the biggest game of his career, that things go well for him and his colleagues.
We hope so. From tactical perspective, what do you think? Euro final will be the epic test for Gareth Southgate?
Well, I think that if Gareth Southgate and his team manage to win on Sunday, then I think the whole country here in England will be, and English people living around the world, will be more than joyous about the achievement. So I think we go in with a good opportunity of securing a win, but we've got to stop one or two of the players that Spain have that key to the door, that can get that shot in unexpectedly on the goalkeeper. So we've got to work hard, no question.
What the positivities or what the strengths you find in Harry Kane's side?
Well, I think the positives are the young players. When they're given the chance, I think this is important, that they are given the chance. I'm pleased that Luke Shaw, who is a very quick fullback, is back on the field of play, and he appears to have got over his injury. I think what is so important in a tournament is that the substitutes are used. And I think Gareth Southgate in his earlier games has been reluctant to bring on substitutes earlier. And I think that's probably the downside. So, we saw the subs come on. Ollie Watkins was on a matter of minutes in the semi-final and scored the winning goal. And that must boost his confidence and the confidence of the team. It's a good squad, and I think we have every opportunity to win, but we've got to play well, and we've got to play well for 90 minutes.
Your observation on English football player Saka?
Well, when Saka receives the ball out on the right wing, we don't know what he's going to do. We do know that he's a very confident player that has that rare ability to be able to go around the fullbacks. And he does that often. He does that with trickery, but also with pace. And then we've seen him deliver some wonderful crosses. But on the odd occasion, he cuts inside and is capable of scoring a goal. So we don't know. And if we don't know and we can't anticipate, that makes life for the Spanish team in tactical awareness during the course of the game more difficult. He certainly is a player, like Foden, who can actually change the old scheme of things as far as football is concerned on the pitch.
Last one. How do you feel Euro flavor in UK? Sir?
I just sit, watch, and enjoy the games. I'm passionate. I think, you know, football, isn't it? Around the world, soccer in America, but football is a disease. It's a disease that we get when we're young, watching the game, and sadly, there's no cure. The only cure is to keep watching the game. And you know, when it's a little bit when I watched the recent World Cup and cricket, and I watch the games, the T20 games in India. They're just thrilling, and you see the crowds. It's an escape mechanism, isn't it? It's 90 minutes in football where we can actually relieve all the pressures that we have of life and just sit there and enjoy what's put in front of us. But then we all get nervous because we all want to win.
Your prediction. One last prediction. Who is going to win this Euro final?
I think we will be very lucky if we get to penalty kicks. But I think it could well be 3-2 to England. I would say that, wouldn't I? But I'm also mindful that I want the referee to have a good game and to not have any controversial decisions. Because for me, I will always look at games through the eyes of a former referee.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining with us. This is an absolute honor and pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.